This year, friends, we are presented with yet another opportunity to end the 40-year-old slavery that we are grappling with. Throughout the history of Uganda, the people of Uganda have always been presented with an opportunity to define their destiny, an opportunity to build a country that makes sense to them and their posterity. It has happened in different turns of our history. We all remember that in 1962, we were presented with an opportunity to build a new country, like all other countries. Unfortunately, many of those countries took an opportunity that we did not. In 1962, our mothers, when they were young, our grandfathers and grandmothers celebrated, they jubilated because finally the rule of foreigners, of aliens, of whites was coming to an end, and their own children were taking charge of their destiny. Uganda was being handed over to Ugandans by the British. There were celebrations, there was dancing, there was party everywhere, because they believed that a new dawn had descended on Uganda. Unfortunately, just only after 4 years, chaos ensued in 1966. We disintegrated again, we backslid again, and crime came back. Death came back. It went on until 1971, when once again, when Amin took over, there were celebrations everywhere. My old man used to tell me that that was one of the happiest days after Amin took over. There was happiness, there was new hope. Everybody thought that yes, it was a chance to start again. Just like we missed the opportunity in 1962, very few years after Amin took over, the crying and wailing returned. The suffering, the torture, the killing returned. Another missed opportunity. It went on for 8 years until 1971, when Ugandans came together in Tanzania, Moshi, and had the Moshi Conference. They united and formed the Uganda National Liberation Front. And together, they defeated Idi Amin in 1979. So in 1979, when Amin fell, there was celebration everywhere. There was belief that yes, now, this is a turning point. It was an opportunity to start again, to build Uganda again, to smile again, to dream again. It did not take even 2 years. We descended into mess again. Disagreements, violence, chaos, another missed opportunity. In 1981, Obote took over, and we dared to hope again. We said maybe now this time things are going to be different. I mean, Dr. Obote is a doctor and he's experienced. He's been there before. He led the nation to independence. So now that we have him again, maybe it's going to be better. So Ugandans dreamed again. Unfortunately, following the chaos of the 1980 elections, General Museveni and his friends went to the bush. They started killing. They started maiming people. They started plundering. Pain and tears came again. But because Museveni had promised our people that he was fighting for fundamental change, he was fighting to return the rule of law, to stop election rigging, and yes, he justified that fight, claiming that the 1980 election was rigged. Our fathers and mothers and elders followed him. They trusted him. They believed him. They sacrificed everything they had. More than 500,000 people were killed. But our people were willing to sacrifice even more for a new Uganda that they had been dreaming of since 1962. And yes, in 1986, when Museveni took over, there were celebrations. Some of us were young, but we saw the celebration. We saw a new dream. Those that had run into the diaspora, into exile, came back again, hoping that this time, this was the deal. In any case, this is a struggle that all Ugandans had partaken into. There was new hope, especially when Museveni stood on the footsteps of Parliament and said that the problem with Uganda in particular and Africa in general are the leaders that overstay in power. Our parents believed that indeed here was a solution. It has been 40 years. 40 years of pain, 40 years of tribalism, 40 years of corruption, 40 years of killing, 40 years of genocide, especially in northern Uganda. Another missed opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I've taken time to go through this history to show you that there has always been an opportunity. Unfortunately, we've always missed that opportunity. But like we've been taught by our parents and by the scriptures, that hope is the most important thing that humanity must hold on to. Here we are again, ladies and gentlemen, to emphasize on that hope. I talk about these missed opportunities so that we can realize and realign ourselves, so that we can know that there has always been an opportunity. 40 years has gone. But in those 40 years, we've also had various opportunities. For example, we had an opportunity in 1996. We had an opportunity in 2001. We had an opportunity in 2006, an opportunity in 2011, an opportunity in 2016, and an opportunity in 2021. Different times, different candidates, different players, but somehow we've always missed the target. And here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We are in 2025. Another opportunity presents itself to us. Although the election is happening in 2026, but the opportunity is now. It is now, because everything is done in this year. According to the powers that be, there is set an election early January, between 9th and 12th. We have 368 days from today. We have 12 months and 5 days from today. How are we looking at that opportunity? It is another shot, another try, another effort, another attempt on freedom. Are you looking at it as another opportunity to freedom? That's the question that I would request all of us to look at and to ponder about. I remember telling you before the 2021 election, I told you that if we fail in 2021, another 5 years of Museveni, he won't be able to handle. I remember telling you that every day that Museveni spends ruling over us, we go back 5 days. For every year that Museveni spends ruling over us, we go back 5 years, probably many more years behind. We all remember that since 14th of January 2021, so much damage has been created, so much damage that we're going to take years to fix. Him and his father sponsored me. The same person that said Jesus Christ is a monopoly. The same person said it's related to Jesus Christ. Nababuuza ko gye buvuddeko nabafe. Mwe kukyalo tewaliyo mulamu, tewaliyo balamu. Mwali mutuuzaako olukiiko lw'ekyalo mwateesako mulamu. Okuze kutuuka wano togamba tomanyi wisiki kyakola. Of course, Basemo Nevambuza, and somebody also asked me about Mohozi's tweet yesterday, threatening to cut off my head, and also warning police that they will face a draft if they don't arrest anybody criticizing the criminality of his father and their family, talking about how much his father is a thief and him as a murderer, and warning DPCs who don't arrest people who say that truth. That was some time ago. I've never stopped saying the truth. I've not seen any DPC yet. I want to say that clearly, that we don't take these threats for granted. We don't take the threats lightly. For example, when he said that he would cut off my head, this is a person, regardless of what he has drunk, he is the commander of our armed forces. He's a chief of armed forces and a son to the dictator. And we know, we who read history, we've seen the sons of dictators and how they've behaved, not only in Africa but all over the world. So I don't take those threats lightly. I know that the same person has commanded an operation that abducted our people. Many of them have never been seen again. I know that this is the same person that personally tortured our friend Kakwenza Lukya Basaiti. So I don't take those threats lightly. But I want to tell you, Mohozi, I don't fear you, man. I don't. I can't be intimidated by these criminals. If I don't fear your father, then what about you? I just ignore you because you're not worth responding to. We are dealing with a bigger dictator. And by extension, dealing with you. So, the world watches everything. They know where I stay. I don't move with guns. I move alone. Mera Magere. Okay? Nandiagado kumula wakonge mundu za sijeko na speaker wali. I'll tell you that when you have God by your side, no human being can intimidate you. No human being can intimidate you. No. God is by our side. So whoever wants to come for us, bring it on. Somebody asked about the musicians, the artists that wear military uniform and go to public functions, bars, clubs, shows, and nothing happens to them. But the same regime is arresting, torturing, and detaining people, NUP members, claiming, putting on military uniform, real military uniform. So that speaks on the double standards. It continues to expose the regime. You can do anything and get away with it for as long as you're supporting criminality, for as long as you're supporting the regime. Yep. But that will one day come to an end. Be sure one day it's going to come to an end. Somebody asked about Museveni's take on police bond. Museveni ordering the scrapping of police bond, even when it's in the constitution. That continues to show you the kind of dictator that we're dealing with. And the older he grows, the more his faculties drop. He cannot even pretend anymore. To imagine that he can single-handedly change the constitution from the comfort of his bed, he needs treatment. He needs medication. Of course, it shows you the criminal that rules over us. It shows you how much he disregards the rule of law. How much the constitution is nothing to him. It should remind you of how much and how urgent we must fight to free this country. Before long, you'll come to your house and say, your wife is my wife. Museka, because we have a constitution. And here is a military man that thinks the law does not matter. Violence in the music industry. Friends, don't focus on these people that are being used. We should not focus on the puppet when there's a puppeteer. Okay? You have seen this criminality happening. It's not the first time. You've seen the Chitatas of this world, the Kakoza Mutalis of this world. They use the zebra, they use the soapy. And now they're using anybody who they think they can paint and you know. But I want to tell you that all these are signs to show you that the end of Museveni is near. You see that artists can behave in a very criminal way. Go to Kabakas, Lubiri, beat up people, do all manner of violence, and all police can say is, oh dear, as you see now. And I liked Mr. Moshi's tweet. He described it better. Mama and finally, the NUP members who abandoned party activities are now back. We are the ones that always sing Koma Weka, Koma Weka, Koma Weka. So welcome them, welcome everybody that sees the light and comes back. But when you go as a bishop and mess up, you're welcome back, but you don't come back as a bishop, you come back as a Banange can be Demoluganda Mangunyo, it's a constitution which is Demoluganda, but it is done in Batwa, the Mokoti, Chikasi Utulisa, Bambuzisa, who Manu Mohozi, Mutabani wa Museveni, Yawandi, Kamatubi Gechiro, Erita Kwatagana, Yawandi Sinagamba, Diene Tatawe, the van sponsoring, the van take a Musendi. We were in Karamu take a Musendi, the case, it is a Musendi city, the Mumma Musendi, Katomo to Pedro Musendi, the Bajoko, Atu Yala, Mukumiko, Motabantu, Mokolachi. I don't want to hear you get the Yagabako, Yaino Luganda for Yesu. Tugamba Yesu Munyangoli, Tugamba. Katemuna munyigira mumusasi. Mumusasi le mumba mumanyi mumatumbi budde amagengerege yesiye. So mumusasi le katemuna bamunyigira. Yaguddeyo nawonyinga ne polisi abagamba muntu yena yayogera ku bubbi bwa kitaawe ne ku temoni yenga mutabani wa kitaawe ne ku bikolobero bye bakoze di polisi erina okuvaayo nemukwata. Nize polisi gyenkwate olw'okwogera amazima. Naye ngeri polisi gyenankwata yetanaba kunkwata nja kitwala ni either polisi ejja oba yikweta balamu magezi n'ekyo kakireke kyambulirawo. Muhoozi omu wasebo ne bannyabo yagudde enaku bbiri n'agamba nti tutongoze ebisiyaga mu Uganda. Nze ngamba gamba nti Katonda waffe teyeebaka. Nabagamba nako nti wano ku ttaka lya Buganda waliwo emmanga bagiyita Bwanika. Ejja kutemba byonna obyogere. Bamala ebbanga nga bavuba otusibako ebisiyaga. Bamala ebbanga nga naye be batambuliramu abo bennyini bekabiwolereza bwataba Andrew Mwenda ajja kubeera Fox Odoi batabeera ekyo tubagamba banaye Andrew Mwenda ne muhozi we munange ffe tetulina lutalo na bisiyaga byammwe naye temubitusibaako. Naye Katonda waffe engeri gyateebaka yavuddeyo ye kennyini naye yatulira nti omuze gwabwe bagukole ki. So bambi Mwenda ne muhozi we temutuyingiza mu bisiyaga byammwe, mubyekuumire. Tuli bize nnyo nnyo nnyo. Ekyo kyongere n'obbalaga omuze ogwo gwe bakola ku bantu be bakutte. Abaana bangi nnyo bavudde mu makomera nga bajja wano bennyini ne boogera erimwe bannamawulire nti batukutte ne batwekakatikako ne bababulira n'amannya g'abo abasirikale ababasiyagira mu makomera. Naye kubanga bakozesa obusente n'afuna tuno omukulembeze wa ddiini n'afunayo bano abasumba abafere n'abeera nga kyayimba niiza okuwulira omusumba omufere oyo avaayo ng'ayogera ku nsonga eyo kakasa yefudde atanaba ku kibuga. Bambuuza ne ku nsonga ya muhozi kyagambye nti ojja kunsalako omutwe. Okutiisa lutiisa okwo si kutwala nga kya bulijjo. Kuba manyi nti omuntu y'omu yakulira okuwamba abantu baffe bangi tebaddangamu kulabika. Omuntu y'omu yenyigira mu kutulugunya omuwandiisi w'ebitabo nakingu gwe bayita Kakwenza Bukira Basajja ye kennyini era n'avaayo neyewaana. Abantu be bamu bennyini ye ne kitaawe bafubye nnyo okunsaanyaawo. Katonda yansimatula mu Arua baali bazze kuntemula naye gye kuvuddeko baali bazze kuntemula. So ye okwogera ekyokuntemula si kipya era si kibuusabuusa. Naye njagala omugamba nti simutya nga bwe sitya kitaawe ate oba sitya sitaani mukama waabwe kati gwe lwaki mbatya. Ffe Katonda yatukuuma so tetubatya. Muli baddemu okukola kyonna kyonna temusobola naye temusobola tutta tumalawo. Bwe mba nga nkyali mulamu nja kubabeerera kizibu ate bwe naafa nja bafuukira kizibu nnyo. Kati njagala mumanye nze ng'omuntu si batya n'omulundi n'ogumu tubiraba byawandiika tulinze jasi lunaku lwanakwata emundu aziteeka wali agambe naye kwekabobi kiki naye byokakasiolesatebe naye kati n'ekirala weba nenyo omukulu nyanzi kubajuliza mbeera magere awo. Biseera byange by'eddembe mbeera busaabala, biseera byange by'okuweereza mbeera wano. Bwe mba nkyadde esiba wa Nambooze ojja kunsanga wa Zaake, ojja kunsanga wa Lubongoya, ojja kunsanga wa Musisi, mbeerayo. So tukubatya bannaffe tetuli baganda bo ate tu understand nga tutegeera embeera gy'oyiseemu. Tetwakugamba mu ntandikwa tetumugamba kati tetuli balabe bo era bwekira gye tuli tomunange tukwaniriza nga muganda waffe. Obanga oli kwalaali njagala okuweereza obubaka bafuusoja mwenna nalabye nga asanya agamba okyayo ku kitebe bafuusoja bagamba bajja kumusalaasala. Bambi temumusalaasala. Njagala mu understanding singa abasiraamu bwe bagamba nti imaani ziba ne levels. Kati oyinza okuba nga gwerekoyo muwa nga imaani yo eyikaali okusinga eyasaanya. Tomunyiigira kuba yesi imaani kaali wabula mukwateko naye anywere. So saanya bw'aba abatuukiridde mumwanirize ng'owooluganda era mumugulirewo emiryango gyammwe. Naye temusooka kugulawo gwa mu kisenge musooke mugulewo eby'omuddiiro mumwanirize mumubudaabude kuba akyetaaga. Bali tebamwagala bamaze omufunamu kye baagala. Sosaanya bwe mumusuula bwe tumusuula bwe tutyo obulamu bwe tuba tubutadde mu matigga. Bali tebamwagala ate naffe abandimwaniriza bwe tumusindiikiriza. Mumazimuze mulabe eno ligimu emanyira obbatemula era kati ate Saanya yiyitaga nnyo n'obuyambi. Namulabye ng'alajja nera abasobola omukuuma mumukuume kuba bano abantu be tulimu batemu. Saanya abadde n'ebizibu. Saanya embeera gyayise siwagira n'omulundi n'ogumu byazaakola. Naye bannange nze ngambaga mu omuntu yenna waalabira amazima ne bwe bawagala b'emyaka 10 n'agalaba leero munange mumwanirize kuba Uganda yaffe bwetyo. Abamu embuto zaabwe enjala bwe baluma obwongo kuva mu lubuto. Naye mumwanirize muganda waffe mumubudaabude mumugambe tumwagala mumugambe mutumidde era mumugambe tujja mulabira ku bikolwa bye mubikola. Babuuza ku ky'abayimbi abambala engoye z'amagye ne batakwatibwako naye wa NUP ye ne bw'aba yambadde nga honorable zaake bamugwikiriza bamugamba enise bino bifaananamu ebyamagye. Bobi yange olunaku lwaleero ali mu kkomera mbu engoye ze zaali zifaanana ez'amagye n'abalala bangi. Naye mulaba abayimbi nga bali mu ngoye z'amagye batambula. Ekikulaga double standard kikulaga obutali bwenkanya. Ekyewuunyisa nti bannaffe abayimbi abandi badde abasomesa b'eggwanga ate bo tebalaba butali bwenkanya obwo. No, tebabulaba butali bwenkanya. Naye mbakakasa one day butali bwenkanya obwo bajja kulaba. Ekisemberayo ddala basebo ne bannyabo bambuuzizza ku bakulembeze ba NUP abaali tebeenyigira nnyo mu bigenda maaso mu kibiina naye kati nga balabika oba baali bize bambi. Naye njagala okubabuulira nti the time is always right. Martin Luther King yatuyigiriza the time is always right to do what is right. Oli ekituufu ne bwakikola leeti kasita akola ekituufu. Nsaba tuleme kuba judgmental. Oli bw'aba alaba ekituufu nakola ekituufu. Welcoming kwati bw'otumwaniriza ate gwoba okoze ekikyamu ate ebikyamu ebibiri tebikola kituufu. So tulina okubeera abakulembeze at different levels. Well, tukimanyi nti akalulu kasembedde era tumanyi tinaakaliro kagenda akakola ki. Naye omuntu yena akola ekituufu ne bw'aba akikoze leeti omutunuliranga n'omwetegereza bwekibanga kituufu akikoze mwoyo mulungi omwaniriza. Naye tobeera fala. Kati ekisemberayo ddala basebo ne bannyabo waliwo omusajja ano bamwita litomaani aliwa nayogera ku mboko gye buvuddeko.
ayagala abantu baleme kulaba basebo ne bannyabo nagezano eyeyazirima mu Uganda osobola okumpitanya celebration sibigiramu akabiri oleero basebo ne nesinze bagamba kinkimu manye abaganda balina engero tulina engero tufa tulina engero naye waliwo olugero olugamba nti ayonka nnyina omubita sesema kitwale nti mama waffe oba nnyina waffe mubi nti tekina okola ki kusesema naye beerabiramu nti omwana waaba ayonka essaawa yonna asobola okubooga siwe kiri. So basobole bali bakyembagamba mama waffe ali eyo yeegirisa mayinza ebyogera mu ngeri abakategedde ne bakategeera abatategedde bwe mbaagala. Mama waffe ali eyo batuziyiza tuleme okusesema naye mbategeeza twetaaga okubonga. Tegereza omwaka ogujja at least tuboge. Tegerekes, there's a Uganda.
Obawa little man.
And I'll be a honorable Zaki. I'm
Mitiana. Ulabi mama Mitiana. I tell you, I never can send it. You said it is singer.